Welcome to the Business Finance Bulletin, episode 266. Welcome again to the latest Business Finance Bulletin. With me, Rob Warlow from Business Loan Services, the commercial finance experts. In this bulletin, small businesses experiencing increased barriers to growth, HSBC launches range of green-focused finance products, and asset finance usage continues to grow. Let's open this Business Finance Bulletin by taking a look at the barriers to growth. What is it that business owners are seeing that's holding them back from expanding and growing their businesses? Well, this is a question asked by Hitachi Capital as part of their latest Business Barometer series. They spoke to 1,184 business owners to see if they could find out what those barriers are. Now, this survey is undertaken every year, and in 2018, 73% of business owners said that they experienced some barriers to growth. Well, bring the clock forward 12 months to 2019, that number is now up to 79% of business owners saying they are seeing barriers. Quite a significant jump. So, what are those barriers? Well, first of all, market uncertainty. 31% of those business owners surveyed said that market uncertainty was the top barrier for them. Next up, 17% of them said they're actually concerned about the future of their own business. Next, 16% say red tape is a barrier to growth, and also at 16% we had business rates and taxes. So you can see a number of wide-ranging barriers there. Interestingly, it's all moved away from access to finance, where it used to be many years ago as one of the top, or certainly in the top 3 barriers to growth. It doesn't feature anymore, which is of course great news. Now, what about sectors? Well, perhaps not surprisingly, the retail sector is the one that says they feel the biggest barriers. 89% of retailers in that space say they've got barriers to growth. And one interesting aspect that's come out of the report is kind of reminding business owners that, there are risks that we all face, these barriers, but one business's risk is another business's opportunity. So if you are kind of facing some barriers, take a step back and just think, well, if I look at it slightly differently, can I actually turn this risk or this barrier into an opportunity for me, an opportunity that I can exploit? Really interesting report there from Hitachi Capital. Remember, turn a risk into an opportunity. Being more environmentally friendly and living and operating in a sustainable world is becoming a bigger priority for many individuals and businesses. But from a business perspective, you may have the desire to want to be more sustainable and operating a more greener business, but of course that can take finance and cash. Where do you get it from? Well, it's good to see that the high street banks are now responding to this, and HSBC is the latest bank to issue a suite of products all around making a more sustainable business. First of all is their green loan. They've also launched a green revolving credit facility and a green asset finance facility. So let's take a look at each of those. Well, first of all, the green loan is very much a general mop-up funding package. If you've got plans to make your business more environmentally friendly, well, this loan has a minimum amount of £300,000 and above, and it can be used just for general project support. Next, what about managing cash flow? Well, that's where the green revolving credit facility comes in. As the name suggests, it's revolving. You pay money in, you take money out. You pay money in, you take money out. It revolves. And this is a great way of managing cash flow. Now, the facility there, the minimum amount is quite a chunky £1 million. So it's really only focused on larger businesses. And lastly, their green asset finance facility. This is great if you want to buy kind of much more efficient plant and equipment or vehicles that are more environmentally friendly. You buy them on leasing or HP arrangements. So great to see HSBC there being one of the banks to take the lead. If you want to know more about this, just go along to the HSBC's dedicated business website, which is business.hsbc.co.uk. Let's close this bulletin by taking our regular monthly look at what's going on in the asset finance world in terms of volumes being written by members of the Finance and Leasing Association. Now, asset finance, as we know, as I mentioned in the previous piece, is a way of financing the purchase of plant and equipment, vehicles and machinery. So the Finance and Leasing Association's latest volumes of business written to May 2019 has just come out. Now, interestingly, over the whole 12 months, that sector, in terms of volumes of business done, has increased by 6%. Quite a healthy growth rate when compared to bank lending, which is kind of flat or zero at best. However, one interesting thing is when you compare a business written in the month of May only in 2019 compared to a business written in May 2018, that was actually down 1%. Now, this is the first time in a long time that we've seen a kind of contraction in that asset finance world. It's been very resilient and very buoyant. So perhaps an early sign that businesses are really just beginning to rein in investment spend, something I've been highlighting in recent bulletins. But let's look at specific spends. Well, it's still strong growth in terms of 8% increase in volumes of business written for plant and machinery and commercial vehicles. However, IT equipment, that is down 9%. So clearly businesses not spending as much in terms of upgrading IT. So interesting stats as ever. If you want to know more about that and specifically see whether asset finance could suit you, just drop me an email, info@businessloanservices.co.uk, and we'll talk you through the whole process of asset finance and how it could work for you. Well, that's it for another bulletin. As ever, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to give it a like and a share. So have a successful and profitable week, and I look forward to being with you again next time.